Hello, everybody. I think now I'm actually being recorded. Whew, I just did about 10 minutes of this without being videoed. I'm a little bit gun shy on it because I've tried this several times now, and sometimes I'm not actually recorded. So I wanted to make sure that I am. Thank you very much for joining me. This is your Director, Bobby Lynn Bolton, and I want to welcome you to the final call of our Director Bound program. You have made it all the way. Congratulations. Whether you've been joining us live or whether you've been watching the replays, I want to thank you very much for your dedication and for carving out the time and caring enough about your business to want to do something with it and to learn a little bit more. I should always say that you should always be a student of your business. It's one of the things that you can do to develop your longevity and a continued love and knowledge of your business. You know, it's easy to fall in love with it when you continue to learn more about it because then it never gets stale. It's always fresh and you feel confident. So congratulate you on making it this far. I want to go over some things with you guys. Oops. Maybe I should do it this way. Hold on. Share my screen. I want to make sure that you still see me and I'm still being recorded. Here we go. So let's go back up to, here we go. And here's our new consultant strong start, column number 6. We will go over some recognition and accountability for those of you who have gone over recognizing. If anybody was on here, we could do some recognition, but we're going to talk about accountability and what our homework was for the last time. Your call to action was to create your own story and to practice it. This is very important because when you practice it with other people outside of your show, like family, spouse, best friend, maybe a neighbor, maybe a friend across the country, something rather like that. When you share it, then it's more comfortable and smooth when you're actually doing it with a real customer, or at your parties and things like that. So create your story and practice it. You're to observe a strong recruiters party. If you're not able to make it to either Christina or mine's parties this December, you still have opportunities to always do that. You always want to learn and grow that way. I still attend people's parties. I know Christina does the same thing, and because everybody does things just a hair different, and it's always nice to get another person's perspective. Make 15 contacts a week outside of your live shows. This is very important because this is what will continue your business going on and on. What I used to say, if you don't work on getting these extra bookings and making new leads, you could book yourself into a corner, which means that one party begets another. Well, after a while, if they're all inviting the same people, then you could book yourself right out of business because there's no new people to do a new booking from. They will be done with a booking. So it's always important to make new contacts. It's a relationship business, and we can't spread the good news of Pampered Chef and our stoneware and our chopping and our knives and our cookware and the rock crocs. We can't spread that good news and help other people in their kitchens unless we are making new contacts, because sometimes they're not at a show yet, right? Listen to Top Recruiters Tell All with Genevieve Black and Brenda Coffey. These are two strong recruiters and strong sellers. They're both in my Lead Plus program. I've known Brenda Coffey pretty well for the last several years, and I know she just promoted to senior director, so those are great people to learn from. In fact, I'm going to go watch it myself. Practice your recruiting messages and activities that you will do in your group hello, guest interaction, and your shop and share at your party. So there's some of the things that you can learn from these videos and from like mine or Christina's shows, or even New Consultant, Pampered Chef University. You can learn all those things from there, but it's great to practice them at your parties. You're probably done with all your parties for the year right now, but it's a perfect time to watch those, learn those, and then put them into practice in January. Okay? Offer the opportunity to everyone at checkout and during the 24-hour call. Sometimes your parties get busy and you can't actually get to them at the party, talking during your checkout or during the 24-hour or during that checkout. So it's always good to make a follow-up 24-hour call or email. As a matter of fact, I was talking to one of my consultants the other day about this. She called me after her party and was talking about how much fun it was and how engaged people were, and just it was a fun party, but she didn't get to do her recruiting game and really talk bookings with people. She did book one party from it, but she didn't get to do what she wanted to do with it. And I said, well, then that's the perfect opportunity to go to your 24-hour call, say, you know what, Susie, I'm so sorry I was not able to finish out what I normally do at my party last night. So if, I didn't get the chance to go over the hosting benefits, or what it's like from this side of the apron being a consultant. I would love to share a little bit more of that with you. And you can even share just a few key points. You can invite them to a meeting. You can invite them to lunch. You can invite them to a 10-minute chat over the phone, something or other like that. But that 24-hour call is a great time to follow up with what you maybe missed, because we all miss something the night of the show. Practice using your opportunity chat cards. Those are some really neat tools. If you're one of those people that needs a tool like that, that's a really great thing to do. And practice with like a neighbor, practice with a family member, maybe your pet, maybe practice in front of your mirror, because then you know what your facial expressions look like. If you think you're smiling, but your face doesn't look like you're smiling, or something rather, My theater school taught us to stand in front of a mirror, and you can see when you have certain things like this, or when you say a lot. You learn that when you watch yourself. So even doing it in front of a mirror might be good. And then do the interview with 3 people. So this time during the holidays, while you're in front of a lot of family members, that would be a tremendous opportunity for you to speak to some of them and say, hey, you know what? You know that in the next year, I've upped some of my goals. I really want to become a better consultant and share a little bit more of Pampered Chef. Would you do me a favor and just let me practice some things on you? And I'm certain they would let you do that and be happy to help you with that. Okay, so here we go. New Consultant Strong Start is our training for today. So let's first show you where all the training materials are. Here is the, what do we call it? The hello URL, I guess I could say. I'll paste that in here so you can see what it looks like when you go to it. Enter. And here we go, Leaders Course for Coaching New Consultants. So coaching basics and instruction resources right here. These are the things that when you have a new consultant that you can help them with, okay? It starts with getting started checklist right off the bat. It just shows you the first thing that you can let them do is print out this getting started checklist and send it to them so that they know it's okay, because it tells them right off the bat, first 24 hours when the kid arrives, all that great stuff. I mean, it couldn't get any easier than this. My Recipe for Success, that's this little booklet that they send everybody in their kit. You all got it in your kits too. As a matter of fact, I've decided I'm going to start carrying this with me to my shows come January so that I have it as a tool to share with people, because right off the bat, instead of just my word, they physically see the tool that will be used, they will get in their kit, and they can see the little workbook. So they're like, oh my gosh, I am not going to be thrown to the wolves. I could totally see myself doing this and succeeding. Pampered Chef will set them up for success, and they can see that. And then here, the next one is Coaching New Consultants for Leaders Binder version. So, no, it won't let me go back up to it. Anyway, here is what it is. This is so that you can set up your own binder and you can see exactly what it's all about. And right up to setting up your tabs. Let me see here. I'm opening a second one, but look, it tells you exactly what to do. Instructions for setting it up, your categories, you'll have tabs, categories, and everything. And then, of course, everything you'll need. Look at that. Materials that you'll need, how to set it up, resources for first call, second call. These are things that you will attach, all that stuff, print and attach right in there. So very, very cool system that they've just done it all for us right there. I'm just going to go back and make sure that you all are still being recorded. Yep, it looks like we still are. When I don't see for some reason, my little face isn't up there in the side screen, so I feel like I may not be going, but I guess I still am. Yep, everything still looks good. Okay, sorry about that. I'll go back to sharing my screen so you don't have to, you can see what else we're doing. Okay. I can't see that part. I'm sorry. There we go. I want to move this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to, actually I should do this here. Go on to the next slide. Here's, so call number 1. As you can see on here, right here. Call number 1 within 24 to 48 hours of signing. And here are your resources. Table Talk, Finding Their Why, Setting Income Goals with New Consultants. Let me go back to my PowerPoint so you can see. You're going to focus on getting to know your new consultant. It's an important time to just get to know them a little bit, find out, are they married? Do they have children? Do they go to a church? Want to find out what their outside activities are, if they work another job, that kind of thing. You're going to help them find their why, because we need to know what they're looking for from their Pampered Chef business. We've all started for one reason or another. Maybe it's for products, maybe it's for money, maybe it's to replace an income, maybe it's because they want to get out of the house because they have small children and want to speak to someone who can use bigger words than three-letter words, So we got to find out exactly what they're looking for, because then that's how we can best help them. If we know their why, we can best help them. Booking 4 to 6 parties in their first 30 days, that's extremely important, because even if they were to start any other outside job with someplace, another company, even if it's just something as simple as Walmart, they're going to book up their schedule pretty heavy during the training time period, and that's what their first 30 days is a training period. So we need to make sure that we have them set up for success. So it's real important that we get them off to a good start. A nice, as we say, it's called New Consultant, strong start, not weak start, strong start. So it's real important that we help them do that. So that's what we're going to be working on. And the way to do that, is by going through all these things, finding their why, setting income goals, setting a party goal with their new consultants, going through all these things right here. Okay, we've got flyers and everything. And there's an email system in this binder program that has these things as attachments as well. So actually during the holidays is a great time to set up that binder so that you can be ready to go at the beginning of the year. Our second call is going to be 48 hours after the first call. And here's our resources. You go over the Fast Track to Director flyer. You'll go over Host Coaching Monthly Tracking Form, because at this point, obviously, they have booked some shows. We keep talking about that. And so this is a nice little host tracking form so that they know exactly what, it's taking a moment here. They can keep track. And Christine and I have always been talking about if you track it, you will have more success. And that's with anything and everything, right? I mean, that's as basic as your checkbook. If you just track what you've spent, then you know that when you're going to have, that you'll have money left at the end of the month or not. And if not, then you need to book another party, right? But party setup info, invitation sent, host coaching, everything. I mean, there's no reason that just a new consultant has to do this. We need to do this ourselves, right? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Building attendance for the launch party, Fast Track to Director program overview, host coaching basics. Okay, let's go over some more host coaching. Let's see here. There we go. Hosting 101, top 40 list. This is perfect. Help them generate their launch lead list. What I love about this too, 4 parties, 4 social circles, 4 weeks. Try the Strong Start Challenge. Schedule 4 parties in 4 weeks or less, ideally from 4 different social circles, so that they will have more success. Because if you do everything from the same social circle, if something goes on in that particular social circle, you could lose your whole business. So you always want to talk about doing different groups. And this is a perfect way to do this. And every once in a while, as long as I've been around, I still pull this out and I continue to create new ones. Community connections. I love that. Digital contacts. That's getting bigger and bigger. Your favorite foodies. Who's always clicking like when you post a recipe or something rather like that. So that's another great way to keep up with that. Let's see. And then go back to my story document. Help them work on their story. And then recipe card outlines. I love that. Pampered Chef helps us with these. This is kind of cool because they break them all down by which kit they got. So if they just got the 109 kit, the simple starter kit, these are recipes for them. And you can see a printout for consultants and for hosts, because the host recipe card is going to look different than ours. And then right down from the deluxe kit all the way up to the ultimate kits. They give you lots of choices. And then my biggest recommendation too is that you have that new consultant do the same recipe for their first 4 to 6 shows. That way they're getting comfortable with the recipe. They're not worried so much about, do I have the right tools? Am I bringing this right? What comes next in the recipe? What steps? They get comfortable with you speaking and cooking at the same time. So I highly recommend you do that. And let's see here. Go back to my PowerPoint, see what I'm missing on all that. Talk about following up on their bookings. You always want to talk about the calendar and where they're at with that. Okay, and building attendance for their own launch party. What's fun about that is they're actually a host and a consultant in the first show at the same time, so they'll understand best how to host coach because they'll know what helped them and what they can do to help their hosts. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Call number 3, for their first party. So again, we're following up on their bookings. Like I said, you always want to follow up on where they're at in bookings. So there. Table Talk, 6 steps to a successful party structure. And then you want to help them how the show is going to look, what you're going to do to have a great show. 6 steps to a successful party structure. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. Personal greeting. It's important to connect with the guests as soon as they arrive. Introduce yourself and engage them in conversation with questions like, well, what did your dinner look like for you last night? Or what brought you to this party? Or how do you know our host? It's nice to develop that. And I actually even like to answer the door for my host so that she can keep doing whatever she's doing or talking with whatever guests are already there. I like to go and answer for them. And then that's a nice way to make sure that I don't miss saying hello to some people. So, and then you'll do your group hello. Kick off your party by greeting everyone during the opening. Make sure to thank the host. That's the very first thing you should always do is thank your host. Oh my goodness, thank you, Christina, so much for inviting us in tonight. Didn't she do a great job? And yay, kind of do a little bit of that. So that's always a very important thing to start out with by thanking your host and either giving them a gift or explaining exactly what she's looking for out of her party tonight, like if she's got something special on her wish list and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Simple selling and group selling. At your station style parties, you can sell to your customers at the stations while they cook. Ask your host to help you encourage guests to start cooking. And so you can go through all this. And then, of course, you want to finish with a confident close and checkout chat. Okay, so it goes through everything right here that you can go through with your new consultant. All right, let's make sure we are going through everything. Where's my 6 steps? I think I want to go back. Nope. I think that's where I was. I know I can't see through my, yeah, I think that's where we were. Okay. And then, so the next thing we're going to go through, I think I'm kind of blowing through this. Call number 4 is after their first party. You're going to discuss how that first party went. You'll go through customer care with them because the party's over. So this is where we talked a little bit earlier in our opening about a 24-hour call. It's really important that you follow up with customer care. It's kind of like when we purchase something or we go somewhere and how much more comfortable we feel if we feel like, okay, it wasn't just a sale. I'm like a walking dog, like a wallet picture. I'm a wallet on a head, on my shoulders. We like to know that we're worth more than that to whether it be a car salesman, even whatever we go to, Walmart, Target, or we're Christmas shopping right now. We like to know that we're worth more than that. And have you ever had anybody call you back and say, you know what, I just want to thank you very much for coming in and shopping with us. I know you have choices and I'm honored that you chose us. How would you feel if someone said that to you every time you went shopping somewhere? So something important to think about. And then how to build a team. Here's where we're going to start talking a little bit more about building a team. So let's see here. I'll get back to that. I like the link I was at before. Oh, here we go. Fourth call after their first party resources. And this is an important one. Table Talk 2+2+2. Customer care strategy is made up of 3 quick phone calls at 3 different times after the party. The first call is made 2 days after the party. So even if you get the customer's voicemail, you probably won't hear back from them, which is okay. If you don't hear back, they'll remember that you called in to say thank you. Okay. Second call, you'll make 2 weeks after you submit the party. This is when they should have received their products. You want to make sure that they've gotten them and they've been delivered. See that they've gotten into them because everything comes with a 30-day warranty right off the bat that if for some reason it's broken or it's not working the way they thought it should or something, you want to make sure that they've taken it out of the box within the first 30 days. Pampered Chef will pick it up and take it back within the first 30 days if there's something not right with it. After that, they have to ship it back themselves. Even if it's part of an extended warranty, they would then have to pay to ship it back themselves. So this is real crucial, the second call above all else. And then the third set of calls you make happen about 2 months after the party. You'll let your customers know what's new with Pampered Chef, and hopefully create a desire for something more. You know, whether it's they host their own party, whether they get more products, whether they want to think about joining your team. I always want to share what's going on because there's something new and exciting with Pampered Chef all the time. Okay, and we give you scripts and everything for that. So that's pretty exciting. Well, it tells me I'm talking, so I guess I am still recording. I was getting a little nervous there, but let's see here. Let me go back to how to build a team. Let me see if that's in here. Quick call. Fast Track to Director program. We'll go over that again. It's never too much to go over because you know what? That's $2,000 they could make, and I don't know anybody that would be turning down $2,000. Quite frankly, if that had been offered when I first started, I probably would have gone for it. I don't know for sure because I was very shy, very scared. But you know what? I just might have, and it's not up to us to decide for them whether they would go for that $2,000 or not. It's up to them. Because maybe they are looking for something like this. And you don't want them to get at the end of it and say, oh my God, I wish I'd known about that sooner. So new consultant show tracker. I think we showed this a little bit. Well, maybe we didn't. Yeah, I thought so. Having them go over the show tracker. Because by now they may have had a party or two and you just want to make sure you start that habit. This is all about developing good, strong business habits for them. Because if we get that right off the bat, then this is just what they're going to do, and they're going to be more successful, and you'll be more successful, and we'll have happy people, right? Career plan chart. This is something else I'm going to start carrying with me at my shows. It's just a nice overview for them to see exactly how the consultant program runs, and just what they can strive for. You know. Again, let them decide whether it's something that they want or not. It shows bonuses as a consultant. They may not know they get these things. And then it shows them with each tier that goes up, all the way up to the top. So very exciting. Like I said, I'm going to start carrying that with me at my shows. And then the Fast Track to Director flyer again. Why I got that listed in here twice. I guess that's pretty darn important, right? But anyway, so those are very important things to do on this fourth call. And then you'll go to, well, it says our call to action, but I want to go over one more thing here. Show-based coaching, evaluate your consultant's party resources. Here we go. New consultant show tracker, there's that again. And what this is all about, actually, this is a different form. No, same form, looks like. And this is one that you carry for them so that you can see what's going on and you can track what's going on with their shows. This is something that Christine and I are doing right now with a lot of people, and I would love to do it with each and every one of you every time. Because then you can evaluate while it's best to do like call us right after your show unless it's late at night, because I do get up at 4 o'clock in the morning most of the time. So if it's 10 o'clock at night, you won't catch me. Catch me the next day or send me a quick message and tell me how it went, what you liked, what went wrong, what you would change, what you thought was fantastic about it. You know, what you're most proud of, what you're most excited about, you know, all that kind of stuff. So show-based coaching is a really good way to keep up with it and kind of evaluate right off the bat how it's going. Okay, so, and that's something that we can do forever. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the company or been a consultant. Show-based coaching is the best thing that you can do with your director. Okay, because trust me, we like to hear from you. We want to help you. So. Review the Coaching New Consultants Guide on PCU. Here's your call to action. And I think, let's see, Coaching New Consultants. Probably under Resources. And it actually is. It's all this right here. Your New Consultant Strong Start. It's all part of that. So I want you to review this part of it. Make 15 contacts this week outside of your party, booking and recruiting contacts. You know, sometimes one falls into place more than the other does, so keep that in mind. Your recorded call assignment for the week is Make It a Strong Start with Becky Ishii and Stacy Itzel. I actually took their workshop during conferences past summer, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So it all spells out how to do this. They kind of go through exactly what this binder program is like, all the things you're going to do to set up in there and just to help you for success. I mean, I just think this program is everything we need to succeed. It's just up to us to do something with it, right? And then I want to leave you with a little bit of inspiration. I love acronyms and I love inspiration because sometimes we need that to keep pushing us forward and to know that we're not alone and that we're working in this together. But an acronym for FAIL is First Attempt in Learning. If you do fail, that is your first attempt to learn something because you put yourself out there and you've tried to learn. And if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. So it's going to go hand in hand. Learning and failing goes hand in hand. And I love thinking back on some of our successful people in the world right now, whether they're in professional sports or whether they're inventors, whether they're founding fathers, whatever, how many times that they have failed in their life before they made a success. I know we've all heard that a lot about Thomas Edison, about Abraham Lincoln, and they weren't always popular and they weren't always well spoken of. But you know what? What we know of them now is they're heroes. Even Michael Jordan. If you've ever heard the statistic of how many free throws he's missed or what percentage of shots he's missed, we don't ever think about that or hear that much because all we think about is what a success and an amazing individual he is because he didn't quit. He failed a few times, but he didn't quit. So if you are determined to learn, we cannot stop you, and we are here to help you. And Pampered Chef has all the resources necessary to help that happen. And then my favorite one is a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. And so that's what this little looks like a desert, doesn't it? Because it's barren. You want something fresh to grow, then you've got to step out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, it's just the same thing, which means it's going to run out and die, and you've got to keep growing fresh. If you want, they always say, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got, right? I know that seems crazy, but if you think about that, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. If you're happy with what you got, then you don't need to do anything else. But if you want to get more, you want to do more, experience more, go on a trip with Christina and I this coming year, then you got to step out of that comfort zone. All right, so let's see here. Anything else? Please know that you can always reach Christina and I. We are happy to help you build your business, answer your questions. You can never ask too many questions because that's what we're here for. Okay? Bye.